Hello everyone, I welcome you in physics classes. Dear students, today our topic is Universal Law of Gravitation. We are starting our third chapter in physics. Last chapter was Force and Laws of Motion. And after completion of that chapter, now we are going to start next chapter whose name is Gravitation. And first topic in chapter Gravitation is Universal Law of Gravitation. So let us see that what is in this chapter. So students, first of all, just pay attention on the left side of board that what are the subtopics or what are the topics which we will discuss today. So subtopics are number 1, the statement, means what is the statement of universal law of gravitation. Second, mathematical expression. Third, why it is called as universal. There are so many laws, but only this law is called as universal law. Why? Fourth point, we will solve one numerical, and one numerical you will get as a assignment question. And last one, that what is the importance of this law, why it is so important. So let us start with our first subtopic, that is statement. Students, as I have taught you in your online live class also, that universal law of gravitation, it states that every object in this universe attracts other object. Every object in this universe attracts other object with a force. Obviously, the object will be attracted with a force, and that force is directly proportional to the product of masses and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Okay, once again I am telling you that every body, every object in this universe attracts another object with a force which is directly proportional to product of masses and inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. Directly proportional means if one thing is increasing, second thing is also increasing. Inversely proportional means if one thing is increasing, second is decreasing. And whenever we are saying directly proportional, that quantities will come in numerator and inversely proportional quantities will come in denominator. Okay, so let us understand the statement with this example, that you are at your home and I am at my home, but still we are attracting each other. Why we are attracting each other? According to universal law of gravitation, because it is saying that every object in this universe attracts each other. So now question is that why we are not feeling that attraction? Because this force of attraction is inversely proportional to distance. Just now I told inversely proportional means one thing will increase, second will decrease. The distance between you and me is very large. So force between us is very small. So it is nearly equal to 0, but it is not 0. Okay, so we can say that force between us is negligible. Word we are using, negligible. Okay, so this is the universal law of gravitation. Mathematically students, you can see I have taken two objects, M1, let us suppose it's me. Second object is M2, let us suppose it is you. And we both are separated by a distance R. So universal law of gravitation is saying that force of attraction means F, directly proportional. This is the sign of directly proportional. M1 M2, just now I told जो भी directly proportional होगा वो numerator में आएगा, inversely proportional will come in denominator. So inversely proportional to square of the distance. Distance कितना है? R. So square of the distance means R square. Students, whenever this proportionality sign, I told you this is sign of proportionality just like your alpha. So this proportionality sign, whenever it is removed, one constant will come. Okay, one constant will get attached with the expression, and this constant we denote by the capital G. This constant is denoted by the letter capital G. And what we call capital G? Universal gravitation constant. So this capital G value remains constant everywhere. Whether you are on Earth, you are on Moon, or you are on any other planet, your value of capital G, pay attention, the value of capital G means universal gravitational constant remains constant. The value of small g is not constant because small g is something else in this chapter. There are two letters, one is capital G, one is small g. So about small g we will study later, but here you are studying about capital G. So don't think that G is here, chahe chota likho, chahe bada. No, you have to write it capital only. Okay, so capital G is the universal gravitational constant and its value is 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11. This is its unit. Unit I have derived from this expression only. Very simple. If you want to calculate G, R square will go in numerator, M1, M2 will come in denominator. So F unit is Newton, R square unit is meter square, M1, M2 means kg minus 2 because they are in denominator. Why kg square is there? Because there are two masses, M1 and M2. Okay. So simply, if by chance you forget the statement of universal law of gravitation, you can say simply that F is equal to capital G M1 M2 upon R square. Obviously, you will get half marks. Okay. But statement is also very important and very easy. Get it? So now let us proceed towards our third point. What is third point? Why it is called as universal? Why we are calling universal law of gravitation, we are calling universal law of gravitation. So what is the reason behind it? So students, it is called as universal because this law is applicable to all types of bodies. Okay, it is applicable to all types of bodies in this universe, whether the bodies are very small, whether the bodies are very big in size like your planets. Everywhere this universal law of gravitation is applicable in whole universe. That's why we call it universal. I hope it is clear. Now next is numerical. Numerical on the basis of universal law of gravitation are very simple. Two numericals I have written here. One I'm going to solve just now and second is for you. Okay. So let us start. Numerical force of gravitation between two bodies is 10 Newton. Force of gravitation between two bodies is 10 Newton. Calculate the force if distance between bodies is halved. Calculate the force if distance between two bodies is halved. Halved means becomes half. Okay, half is means halved. Okay, past halved. The second form of half is halved. Means now we have reduced the distance to half. Okay, I hope you understood question. फोर्स ऑफ ग्रेविटेशन दो बॉडीज के बीच में कितना दिया है 10 न्यूटन और आपको फोर्स निकालना है अगर डिस्टेंस जो है वो क्या कर दें हम हाफ कर दें. ओके, सो लेट अस प्रोसीड टुवर्ड्स दिस सॉल्यूशन. वेरी सिंपल स्टूडेंट्स, वी नो दैट एफ इज इक्वल टू कैपिटल जी m1 m2 अपॉन r स्क्वायर. गिव इट इक्वेशन नंबर 1 and you know this is given that how much force is this 10 Newton. Okay, we'll use it later, so keep it at the one side only. New distance means now distance is halved. Halved means it is r upon 2. Earlier the distance was r and now it is r upon 2. So what will be new force? I am denoting new force by F1. F1 will be equal to G m1 m2 because G I told you it will remain constant. Masses will not change, bodies तो वही ले रहे हैं. तो m1 m2 upon distance जो है वो उसको half कर दिया है तो new distance is r1 square. So put the value of r1 square, it will be r by 2 square. G m1 m2 upon r by 2 square, r square and 2 2s are 4. This 4 will go up, so it is 4 gm1 m2 upon r square. Students, you can compare from equation 1. gm1 m2 upon r square is equal to f. So instead of this whole term, I can write f. So it is 4f. That means f1 equal to 4 times f. What is the value of f? 10 Newton. So f1 is equal to 40 Newton. That means new force will be 40 Newton. I hope it is clear. Now second question is for you. That is the assignment question. So the question is very simple. Force of gravitation between two bodies is 5 Newton. Now the force of gravitation I have given 5 Newton. Calculate the force between two bodies if distance is doubled. अब distance को क्या कर दिया आपने? Doubled. Here I have halved and here I have doubled. वहाँ पे half किया था, यहाँ पे twice कर दिया, double कर दिया. Okay, so you have to follow the same procedure. Instead of half r by 2, you have to write 2r. And do solve this numerical and send me. Those students who will send me this assignment question, they will be marked as present. Rest all will be marked as absent in this class. I hope it is clear. So let us proceed towards the last topic, that is importance of universal law. Students, importance of universal law. These 4 points I have taken directly from NCERT. So first point is the force that binds us to the earth. Why we are on the earth? Why we are on earth? Why we are not flying? You know, Sir Isaac Newton, what he said, that apple is falling on the earth only. Why it is not going upside? It is not going upside because earth is attracting it with the force of gravitation. Okay, so this is also important, as I told you in online live class already, that universal law of gravitation is given by Newton. Okay, and he only told us that this is very, very important force because it binds us to the earth. Second, the motion of moon around the earth. This is also possible due to force of gravitation. The motion of earth around the sun. मून जो है वो अर्थ के अराउंड मूव करता है, अर्थ जो है वो सन के अराउंड मूव करती है. मीन्स नॉट ओनली अर्थ, ऑल प्लैनेट्स आर मूविंग अराउंड सन एंड दिस इज ओनली ड्यू टू फोर्स ऑफ ग्रेविटेशन. द टाइड्स ड्यू टू मून एंड sun. You know that tides are very important for aquatic life, like the reproduction system of your fish and aquatic plants. Everything that depends upon tides only. Okay, so tides due to moon and sun, that are very important, and these are also due to universal law of gravitation. Okay, so students, this is all about universal law of gravitation, which is given by Sir Isaac Newton, and this is very, very important. All questions whatever I have covered in this board are very, very important from your examination point of view as well as from your competitive point of view. Okay, so please do revise, do write in your notes notebook. This is enough for today. Thank you. Have a good day.